everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today. And today we have the June 2023 Great Plains International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a very exciting Great Plains update in store for you guys. We have a whole new expansion, many new routes, and so much to dive into in today's airport update. I really hope you guys are excited for this. And without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome back, everybody, to Great Plains. So excited to be here today. Today we have a massive update in store. I really hope you guys like the new expansion. As you guys can see right here, we have this brand new layover layout, and as you guys can see, it adds a whole new element. So we have demolished the old Terminal B in favor of the new Terminal B, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. We'll talk about all those details throughout today's video, but I know you guys want to see all these planes. We have many to get through, and I want to make it efficient for you guys. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Starting right here on the brand new runway 34 right here, currently getting ready to set it down. We have this beautiful American Airlines Boeing 787-9. This aircraft's currently coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and it's going to be heading out to Madrid, Spain later today. Looking great. This American Eagle Embraer ER-175 is currently taxiing out for departure. This aircraft's going to be heading out to Reno, Tahoe today after making a non-stop service today in from Wichita, Kansas. This Alaska Horizon Retro Embraer ER-175 just made a flight in from Boise, and now it's going to be heading on over to San Diego's Lindbergh Field. And next up, we have this beautiful American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER in the One World livery. This aircraft's currently coming in from Los Angeles today and now heading out to Miami. This United Airlines Airbus A319 is currently taxiing out. This aircraft's making a non-stop service today, heading out to Newark after coming in from Chicago O'Hare. And currently taxiing out for departure as well, we have this American Airlines Airbus A320. This aircraft's currently heading out to DCA after coming in from Philadelphia. Right here we have this Dulles Air Force Base C-130 that's heading back out to Dulles Air Force Base. And right here we have this Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the SkyTeam livery. This aircraft just made a non-stop service today, coming in right now from the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport and now heading over to Salt Lake City, Utah. This American Airlines 737-800 is taxiing out for departure today, heading out to San Antonio. This aircraft came in from Orlando earlier. And getting into the beautiful lighting, currently taxiing into the gate, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft is currently making a non-stop flight today, coming in from Salt Lake City as well. Now this aircraft has non-stop service today over to Fort Lauderdale. This Delta Airlines Boeing 737-800 is currently taxiing out for departure. This aircraft is heading out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Came in earlier today from Austin Bertram. United Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Star Alliance colors. This aircraft's making a service today over to Los Angeles and came in earlier today from Washington Dulles. An absolutely stunning United Airlines Boeing 757-200. This aircraft's in the Her right here, New York livery. This aircraft's currently heading out to Newark fittingly. And this aircraft came in earlier today, coming in from Houston. Taxiing out for departure, arriving, we have Delta Airlines Airbus A330-300. This aircraft's making a non-stop service today, coming in from Amsterdam Schiphol, and now it's going to be doing a repositioning flight over to Salt Lake City. Okay, so let's talk about the terminal a little bit. Just want to get some rapid fire so you guys can see what we had. So we have 3 new piers. As you guys know, we had the V split, if you will, previously. This is about the same amount of gates, but as you guys can see, it just looks so much more organized and looks like we have an actual airport going here. So I really like the look of it. I got these brand new concourses that I made as well. Pretty basic, but yet they look really good with that gray color in the windows. So I think it turned out really well, and I'm very happy about that. So let's go ahead and get started over here on this side with some more United Airlines aircraft. So over here, we have 6 new regional gates, so we'll start over here. We have this United Express Embraer ER-175. This aircraft's currently coming in right now from Indianapolis, heading over to Columbus next. This United Express Bombardier Acer ER-550 is currently heading out to, let's send this guy over to Little Rock, came in from Grand Rapids. This Mesa House CRJ-900, yes, Mesa flies for United now. This aircraft's heading over to Wichita and came in earlier today from St. Louis. And this next CRJ right here is currently making a non-stop flight. The 550 is coming in right now from Eagle County, and now it's going to be heading over to Oklahoma City. And this Embraer ER-170 is currently making a non-stop flight today, coming in. This aircraft is, sorry, I'm not used to having them all grouped together with the old terminal, so I apologize. Coming in from New Orleans, now heading on over to Pittsburgh. And this Commuter 145, is currently coming in from Cleveland, now heading over to Pittsburgh. We have 3 mainline gates over here on this side with this United Airlines Airbus A320 currently coming in today right now from O'Hare and now heading over to San Francisco. And then we have this 737 MAX 9 that has a flight canceled due to a faulty jet bridge, so apologies on that one. And then we have this EcoSky's Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft's loading up right now, heading on over to Boston and came in earlier today from Miami. Getting into the actual gates of the mat, so this is the, I believe, the medium layover layout mat with 3 tiers, which I really like it. Again, got it from Aviation, so huge shout out to him. I really appreciate the funding in Illinois to make this project possible here at Great Plains, even though we are in Missouri, but what can I say? We'll start right here with this United Airlines Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft's currently heading on over to Skyley's Airport. It made a nonstop service earlier today in from FX Aviation's airport, so glad to get some new routes going there. If you'd like to have a subscriber route, please drop it on the Google form. Do keep in mind that I will not be able to see new routes for a couple months, so don't be alarmed if it's a subtitle for a subscriber route. This beautiful United Airlines Boeing 777-300 is currently loading up right here at the corner gate. This aircraft's heading on over to Denver and came in earlier today from Tampa. United Airlines Boeing 737-700 right here to start our parallel gates. This aircraft's currently making a nonstop flight in from Phoenix, heading over to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Pretty impressive service for them. And one of my favorite elements of the mat is 100% this heavy hybrid gate. So as you can see, we have 2 narrow body gates and then this line's a heavy hybrid gate. I think it's really cool and a great utilization of the space when you have narrow bodies taxiing and whatnot. So you're gonna find this United Airlines Boeing 787-9 currently loading up right here. This aircraft's gonna be making a nonstop service today. Excuse me, I apologize about that. Heading on over to Washington Dulles and came in earlier today from Chicago O'Hare. All right, into the middle concourse. I'm sincerely sorry about the lighting. I don't know what happened to it. As you guys could tell there, we were doing really good and then it just kind of vanished. So I bet it comes back here at some point. Starting right here, we have the United Express Embraer ERJ-175. This aircraft's currently making the nonstop service today, coming in from New Orleans, now heading on over to Jackson, Mississippi. This United Airlines Boeing 737-800 is currently making a nonstop service today. This aircraft's coming in right now from Houston and it's going to be heading on over to San Francisco next. This United Airlines Boeing 757-200 is currently coming in right now from Orlando, and now it's going to be heading on over to Chicago O'Hare. This United Airlines Boeing 737, I am so sorry guys, just had dinner and that obviously has been a failure so far. This is the Continental Airlines retro livery. This aircraft's currently heading on over to Atlanta and came in earlier today from Austin. This United Airlines Airbus A319 is currently loading up right here. This aircraft made a nonstop service today coming in from Las Vegas, and now it's going to be heading on over to Dallas. And this Delta Airlines to start the Delta Airlines pier. So we have 2 common use gates here on the corner, so that's what you're going to find. And then we have all of that side is United guaranteed, and all this side's Delta guaranteed. They're legacy gates. So looking good here. We'll start right here with the Delta Airlines Boeing 717-200. This aircraft's currently coming in from Detroit, and now it's going to be heading on over to Charlotte. Nice route there for the 717. Currently loading up right there, we have a beautiful Delta Airlines Boeing 777-200. This aircraft's currently making a service over to Atlanta, and this came in earlier today from Baltimore. We have a Delta Airlines Airbus A220-100. This aircraft's currently coming in right now from, sorry about the focus, Newark, LaGuardia, and now it's going to be heading on over to Boston. And we have a Delta Airlines Airbus A321, the thank you livery, coming in from Los Angeles, and now has continuing service over to Houston. So sorry about this, guys. Okay, Delta Airlines Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-170 aircraft is currently loading up, heading on over to. Let's send this guy over to Houston. I'm sorry, we've done Houston so many times today. St. Louis, and now it's going to be making a service over to Columbus. Delta Airlines Boeing 777-300 here at the gate. This aircraft's heading on over to Orlando. Came in from Miami earlier today. Delta Airlines Airbus A321neo. I apologize, the camera wants to change all its positions. But nevertheless, Delta Airlines Airbus A321neo coming in from San Francisco on a turnaround. How about that? I can't believe it. Kind of kidding, kind of not. This Delta Airlines Airbus A319 is currently pushing back. This aircraft has nonstop service today, heading over to Las Vegas, and came in earlier today from Atlanta. Plenty of Atlanta flights. And a brand new model right here. We love to see it. This Delta Airlines Airbus A330-900neo in the Team US Air livery is currently loading up for a nonstop service today. This guy's going to be heading over to Paris Charles de Gaulle. Alrighty, so I believe that encompasses the full mat. So let's go ahead and head over to Terminal A. We also do have a really cool connector piece right here. And I'll swing back around when the lighting's better, but these cumulus intervals are really all over the place. So I apologize about those. But nevertheless, we are into our heavy section, and we are here for Great Plains long last. So nevertheless, hopefully, I can't control the weather, so I'm sorry about that. But nevertheless, let's get started right here. So this American Airlines Boeing 787-9 is currently coming in right now from, we actually reinstated summer service for American Helsinki, even though Finnair does it year round. So that's pretty interesting. So that's a Helsinki turn. Interestingly enough, we'll head back to Dallas after that from Helsinki. This American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER is currently making a service in right now from Chicago O'Hare, and now is going to be heading on over to Tokyo Narita. This American Airlines Airbus A319 is currently making a non-stop service today, coming in from West Palm Beach. Now is going to be heading over to Charlotte. And this American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER, if I can get it in the frame here, is currently making a non-stop flight in from Hong Kong, and now is going to have a continuing service over to Sydney. All right, here we go for a slew of mainline aircraft. American Airlines Airbus A319 loading up right now. This aircraft came in from San Antonio, now heading on over to New Orleans. And we have this American Airlines Airbus A321. This aircraft is coming in right now from Philadelphia and going to be heading over to New York's JFK. Pulling into the gate, we have this American Airlines Boeing 737-800. This aircraft is currently pulling in with the logos on the winglet, coming in right now from Milwaukee and now heading on to St. Louis. And then next up, we have this American Airlines Airbus A321 with Sharklets. This aircraft is currently heading over to Las Wages, came in earlier today from Phoenix. This American Airlines 737-800 loading up with service over to Denver, came in from Birmingham. Quite a mainline route to say the least. Sometimes they'll upgrade out of nowhere from 319. So there we go for that 737. This American Airlines Boeing 737-800 is wearing the Astrojet special livery, and this aircraft is currently making a non-stop flight today, heading over to Miami, and came in today from Washington National. Alrighty, this beautiful American Airlines Boeing 787-9 by GeminiJets is a fantastic model. This aircraft is currently making a service right now in from Honolulu, Hawaii, and will be heading over to Dallas next. And this American Airlines Airbus A320 is currently loading up with a non-stop flight today, heading over to Portland, Oregon on a turnaround, surprisingly enough. So some very interesting turnarounds in the American Airlines network this month. This American Airlines Boeing 787-8 is currently making its service today. It's making its rounds to Phoenix today after coming in earlier from Philadelphia. Taxiing out for departure, and I'll show you kind of how this connects at the end of the video to the runway, but to be the most efficient time, it's American Airlines 737-800 in TWA retro colors. It's currently coming in from Los Angeles, and now it's going to be making it over to Lindbergh Field in San Diego. Welcome to the Terminal A landside terminal. We have plenty of regional jets, beginning with the CRJ-900 for Republic. Yes, Republic does fly CRJ-900 in the Great Plains universe. This aircraft is currently coming in from Detroit, now heading over to Minneapolis. This American 175 for Envoy is coming in right now, making a service from Cleveland and now heading over to Pensacola. And this Piedmont 145 is currently coming in from Atlantic City. Yeah, there we go. And now it's going to be heading over, making nonstop service to Raleigh, Durham. And CRJ-200s are back, actually this time. This CRJ-200 is currently making the service coming in from Wichita, and now it's going to be heading over, excuse me, I'm so sorry, to Albuquerque. Next CRJ-900 is currently making a nonstop flight for PSA Airlines today. This aircraft's coming in from Panama City, and now it's going to be heading over to Daytona Beach. This American Eagle Embraer 175 is currently coming in on a summer Saturday only service from Hilton Head Island, and now it's going to be making a service over to Myrtle Beach. This CRJ-900 is currently taxiing out for departure. This aircraft came in on a pretty long flight from Bozeman, but now it's going to be making a little bit shorter of a flight, nonstop service today over to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This CRJ-700 in front of you is currently making a nonstop flight for PSA today. Aircraft made a service in from Fort Myers, and now it's going to be heading over to let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to find the most efficient route here. Fargo. And this Republic 175 is going to be heading back over to the East Coast to Reagan after making a service in earlier from Salt Lake City. And this CRJ-900 just made a service in from Colorado Springs up to PSA, and now he's also heading back to the East Coast, now out to Lexington, Kentucky. This American Eagle Embraer 175 is currently making a nonstop service today, coming in from Jacksonville for Envoy, and now it's heading over to Cincinnati. And lastly, one final CRJ-200 here at the gate. I'm sorry, but we got to have him here. This aircraft's currently making a nonstop flight today, coming in right now from Toronto, and now it's going to be making a service today, heading on over to Richmond. Currently taxiing in, we have another 145 right here, as you can see. This aircraft is currently making a non-stop service today, coming in right now from Boston, and now it's going to be heading on over to Norfolk. Alrighty, American Airlines Airbus A321neo making the nonstop service right now in from Anchorage. Yes, Anchorage is a route that is on the border of the limits for the neo, but it is a route. So we have Anchorage right here, summer seasonal, of course, and now heading on to Miami. This American Airlines Airbus A319 is loading up. This aircraft's going to be heading out to Mexico City. We have some custom facilities down here on the last couple of gates, so that's why you're going to see a couple of those here. This aircraft fittingly is now over to Calgary. AirCal's hanging out here at the gate with this American 737-800 offering. This aircraft's coming in from Los Angeles, and now it's going to be making a nonstop direct service to the one and only Orlando International Airport. This American Airlines Airbus A319 is currently taxiing into the gate. This aircraft came in earlier today from Vancouver, or right now I should say, and now he's going to be pushing back here in a little bit with his nonstop service today, heading over to Seattle. Yes, A319S to Seattle, how about that? This American Airlines Airbus A321 came in from Charlotte earlier today, and now it's going to be heading over to, let's see, this guy's going to be a Palm Springs flight. This American Airlines 737-800 is currently making a nonstop flight today, coming in from San Antonio, and now he's going to be heading up a little bit farther north this time, service over to Montreal. American Airlines Airbus A319, he'll get towed, by the way, I should have mentioned that. American Airlines Airbus A319 is currently making a nonstop service today. This aircraft's coming in from San Diego, and now it's going to be making a really cool service over to Tulsa. And it's American Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This is currently coming in right now, nonstop in from LaGuardia, and that's a turnaround. I am so sorry about this jet bridge. Sometimes it just happens with these Lego pieces and everything. They just can't sit still. So anyways, though, we have this American Airlines Airbus A321. This aircraft's currently making a nonstop service today, coming in right now from New York's John F. Kennedy, and now heading on over to, I hope I'm not like blanking on a region. I've been trying to get a full scope here of all kinds of different destinations. We'll send this guy over to, how about San Juan? There we go. That would be a good choice. Medal of Honor Airbus A321 makes an appearance right here from American Airlines. This aircraft's coming in from Nashville right now. Just about a year ago that happened, so that was really cool. And this aircraft now is going to be making its way on over to Sacramento. American Airlines Airbus E320. This aircraft's currently loading up, missing an antenna, like many of my models. It's tough. But anyways, this guy's now heading on over to Salt Lake City and made a service earlier today in from Phoenix. And then there's our Alaska gate with the Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft's going to be making a requested route by Aviation J777X nonstop service over to Los Angeles. It's a new service for Alaska, and thank you for mentioning that, Jay. Hope you're liking the airport update so far, and I really appreciate all you guys watching, and Jay especially. Just kidding. But he requested that, so I thought I'd throw that in there for him. On a brand new model, we'll see a bunch of new models in today's update. Just not been as many Americans, but there's been a couple in there so far. I honestly really thought this corner gate was really cool. Let me know what you guys think, but I thought it'd be really cool. You know, you have kind of this blank area. You could have put some different. I honestly thought about extending the terminal out more, but I was like, why don't we make it a little connector piece? And I was like, some people can go underground, some people can connect through here, even though it's kind of tight. And why don't we put a Alaska gate right here in the corner? So that's exactly what we have with this Embraer 175. Looks pretty cool. I'm sorry about the British Airways sticker. Anyways, this aircraft's currently making a nonstop service today, heading over to Spokane, Washington, really cool route. This aircraft's now out to San Francisco. Quite a long flight there, but it works. And then we have an American 170, also one of Jay's favorite planes right here for Republic. This aircraft's making a nonstop service today, heading on over to, New York LaGuardia. I think is pretty fitting after coming in from Fort Lauderdale. All right, there we go. We'll just go ahead and get the cargoes rolling because why not? We're already over here. This FedEx Express Boeing 777. Sorry about that. I accidentally pressed the volume rocker down and it accidentally ended the recording. So I was trying to do that all in one take, but unfortunately not quite there, but it's all good. This FedEx 757-200 heading over to Indianapolis today on turnaround. This FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter is currently making a nonstop flight coming in from Skyley's airport and now heading over to FX Aviation's airport. So getting both of them in there just like the United 777. That's what we'd love to see. FedEx Express McDonald's in the 11 freighter coming in from Memphis right now, going to be heading on over to Anchorage next. Speaking of Anchorage, the 747-400 for UPS is going to be doing just the same right there on a turnaround this time. Cargo Lux Boeing 747-8 Interactive Series, really cool aircraft. This aircraft is currently making a nonstop flight in from Luxembourg after coming in from Chicago O'Hare earlier, so quite a cool sequence of events, excuse me. This primary Boeing 767-300 freighter is heading over to Cincinnati today after coming in from, it's by Orlando, and I'm forgetting the name of it. There's a prime facility. It's in Florida. It's between Tampa and Orlando, and it just slipped my mind. If you know what I'm talking about, you know, but there's something in between those two cities, and it's a cargo facility that slipped my mind. So sorry about that. Yes, the lighting's trying to come back. That's what we love to see. This Polar Boeing 767-300 freighter is currently making a service today in from Cincinnati as well. And it's a McCauley Boeing 757-200 is currently coming in from Miami, and we'll be heading over there, back out there. DHL Boeing 737-800 freighter is currently making a service today, heading over to Phoenix today after coming in from Los Angeles. And the Kalita Charge Boeing 727-200 is also coming in from Cincinnati, and we'll be heading back out there. So, yes, various contractors here for our services to Cincinnati. So, you probably noticed by now, and I thought I'd point out before we proceed, since we're quite far into the video at this point. If you're watching, you're in for the whole video, so I really appreciate it. I ended up getting 2 new fold-up tables. So we have the 2 2x4s, this one and that one. I took the table that was there and, here, and put it there so it could accommodate the mat with a little bit of slack. And then as you can see, I made a new extension piece over there. I'll go over that a little bit more towards the end of the video, but I know you guys still want to see the updates. So if the sun keeps breaking here for a moment, here, let me start with these RJs. I want to show you guys a better view of that terminal so you can see what I'm talking about with the good lighting. But nevertheless, the CRJ200s for United are still grounded, so that's what we have right here. And then of course we got the American 145 also hanging out right there as well. That one's just currently getting some service done. The United CRJs are grounded. UPS Boeing 757-200, this aircraft's currently coming in right now from Ontario. Next up is Greensboro for that aircraft, so that's looking pretty good. And let's go ahead and talk about this new section. So if for reference, once again, the middle right there is where the old Terminal B started. So now we have all these gates plus the backside. So I thought the backside would be a good opportunity to get the rest of the Delta planes since the other corner was the United's. So let's get started with these. We have a Delta Airlines Airbus A321 loading up with the nonstop service today over to Salt Lake City. This aircraft came in earlier today from Las Vegas. SkyTeam Boeing 757-200 is going to be heading on to Denver today after coming in from New York John F. Kennedy. Airbus A321 currently coming in from Seattle right now and heading on over next to, let's see if I'm Portland, trying to make sure I don't miss any like big cities. Delta 737-800 is currently coming in from Phoenix right now, and he's going to be heading on over to Austin. And we have a Delta Airbus A220-300 coming in right now from Los Angeles, and he's now next heading on over to Atlanta because, yes, got to get some A220s in Atlanta when they don't have them. We have various RJs down there as well, and I'm actually going to move to the other side because what we're going to do next is start encompassing the new extension and kind of look at the airport from that side. So let me see if I can get my chair over there. I apologize about my absolute mess of a room. I've been trying to clean it up, but when you're setting up a huge airport like this, it almost is impossible to find time to work on your room. So I apologize in advance, but nevertheless, we have our next sector of aircraft. Sorry guys, the rain here has been so inconsistent, so it's been so hard to tell what the cumulus clouds are going to do and therefore depicting the lighting situation. So yes, here's the new Southwest gates. By the way, Southwest did get an extension out of this. They contracted 8 new gates. Terminal extension just got constructed. They did a really good job. They're still working on the inside, but it's functional enough to where they are able to get revenue service going. So that's what we're seeing there. But here's our Delta CRJs. So let's get started on top with the CRJ-200. This aircraft's currently making a nonstop flight today coming in from San Diego. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I did have a San Diego route as a CRJ or a Delta connection route, so I apologize. I don't know. I think I was guessing a 175 there, but that was a little obscure, so I apologize about that. Let's try Birmingham for this guy. Now going to be heading over to Syracuse. Currently pushed back, we have a CRJ-900 over there. Aircraft's heading over to Providence after coming in from Traverse City. A CRJ-900 right there is currently loading up, heading over to Appleton, and came in earlier today from Louisville. A CRJ-700 currently coming in right now from Tulsa, and it's going to make a service today over to, sorry, it looks like Google Home had something to say about that. I don't know what I said to activate that, but nevertheless, came in from Tulsa, now heading on over to Lansing, Michigan. Yes, there we go. And a CRJ-200 currently loading up for Flint, Michigan. This aircraft came in early. That's a long flight. Dang. It came in earlier today from Elmira. Somebody's going to really enjoy that route. That person hopefully will comment. Okay, we already covered these, but nice to get a different view of all of them. So next up, let's head into the taxiers because we haven't got some of these taxiing aircraft yet. United Airlines Airbus E320 and the Stars and Bars Retro is currently coming in right now from Phoenix, and this aircraft's going to be making a proceeding service. Heading over east, this aircraft's to Boston. And another Boeing 757-300. This is an additional Denver frequency, and now is going to be making a service over to San Francisco. And then this Boeing 757-200 for Delta is currently pulling into the ramp, heading over to its gate on the other side of the airport. I'll show you the runway flows go here in a minute as well, because they have significantly changed. This Delta 757-300, though, however, is currently coming in from Minneapolis, and now it's going to be heading over to Raleigh-Durham. Okay, so once again, 8 new gates here for Southwest. I think it turned out really well, and glad to have an extension for them, so that's what we love to see. Let's get started. Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Arizona 1 livery coming in from Phoenix, heading over to Tucson. Now I just have a whole new freedom of routes here for Southwest. That's what we love to see. Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8 is currently coming in right now from Indianapolis, going to be heading over to Columbus. Louisiana 1 Southwest 737-700. This aircraft is currently coming in right now. Sorry, excuse me. This aircraft is coming in from Denver, and it's going to be making a proceeding service over to San Antonio. Southwest 737-700 right now coming in from Wichita, and will make a continuing service over to Myrtle Beach. Bunch of seasonals. Okay, here comes the slew of new models. Number 1 right here is the Southwest 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is currently in the Canyon Blue Retro. Looks really good. This aircraft is currently coming in right now, making a service in from Chicago O'Hare, and will be heading over next to Nashville. And there was one aircraft that I was waiting for the light to get a little bit better, and as you can see, the light kind of fell off, so I apologize. And I'm so sorry about my phone focus. I don't know why, but I gotta tap it every time for the most part. But I didn't get it covered because of the light, so let's go ahead and revert to get back here to see it real quick. Southwest Airlines 737-800 in the Illinois 1 paint scheme. This aircraft is currently making a nonstop flight today, heading over to Chicago Midway, and came in earlier today from Austin. So really glad to have this aircraft. It's a really nice one. I think they did a really great job on it. So yeah, it's been great to have all these new models in here today. I'm very pleased to get them all and get to show you guys what they're all about. So that's what we love to see. I was going to come back to this later when the lighting was better, but might as well knock it out now because the clouds just absolutely took over. We have Air Force One, Air Force Two here today is what we love to see. These two aircraft are currently hanging out. They came in for political reasons, and now we'll be heading back out here in a little bit. So you can put either one of your favorite political figures on the aircraft. I just thought that would be nice to throw them in here. So that is what we have here on these Air Force One 2. They're currently here in Kansas City, working towards progress on your desired outcomes. So there you go. Leaving that nice and open-ended for different. Alrighty, this Southwest 737-700 is currently making a non-stop service here with blended winglets. This aircraft is currently coming in right now from Houston Hobby and heading over to Dallas Love Field. I think Delta here needs to start Dallas Love Field. I think that would be cool. This Southwest 737-700 also blended winglets in the heart colors, making a service in from San Diego, and it's going to be heading over next to Pensacola. And here's Tennessee 1 Southwest 737-800. This aircraft is currently coming in right now from I guess Nashville's their only Tennessee destination, isn't it? Actually, surely they fly to Memphis. Surely they do. But nevertheless, we'll say Memphis, and now it's going to be a continuing service over to Colorado Springs. We do have a Learjet taxiing over there. That's a 75. Aircraft is heading on over to San Antonio. It came in earlier today from Denver Centennial. All right, here we go. Southwest 737-800 is currently loading up right here. This aircraft is currently making the nonstop service today, coming in from Washington Dulles. Yes, Washington Dulles, and now it's going to be heading on to Islip. Let me know what you guys think about the color on this model. I think it's too dark and too rich, but nevertheless, we have the Southwest 737-800 in the Desert Gold Herbert D. Keller livery. What a great looking aircraft this is. This aircraft is going to be making a nonstop service today, heading on to Atlanta after coming in from Palm Springs. Looking very good. Quite a few Maxes slipping into today's update. That wasn't really intentional, just a bunch of them. This Max 8, however, on the other hand, those are going to be making the nonstop service, heading on to Phoenix after coming in earlier from Oakland. And this Southwest Boeing 737-700, if I can get the focus, it's like I'm not doing any progress. What the heck? Come on. This is kind of ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. Okay, Southwest 737-700. This aircraft is currently making the nonstop service today, coming in from Miami, and now it's going to be heading on over to Washington National. There we go. Continuing to move the phone up here. I'm so sorry about the lighting, guys. I'd probably make more of a deal of it than what it is, but it does look really nice when it is out. But nevertheless, hopefully in the next update, we'll be able to conquer that. Southwest 737-800 right here. This aircraft is currently making the nonstop service today, coming in from Cleveland, and now it's going to be heading on to Tucson. And that Southwest 737-700 in the back, the focus is really starting to tick me off, sorry. Southwest 737-700. This aircraft's in the Canyon Blue. Not many of these left. Go catch them if you can. They are so hard to find. Like, I've been 1 for 10 on the last 10 that I've got scheduled. I've only seen one that's actually been the Canyon Blue livery. They are going fast. Anyways, 737-700, this aircraft's pushing back. Non-stop service today, heading on over to Omaha after coming in from Milwaukee. Very nice. And lastly, we have 2 more Southwest aircraft here at the gate, at least. We'll start here with the 737-700. This aircraft's kind of making a service today, coming in right now from Chicago Midway, and now it's going to be heading on to, make sure I don't miss any obvious ones, Baltimore. And then Freedom 1 is currently coming in right now from, let's see here, San Jose del Cabo, and now it's going to be heading over to St. Louis. Very nice. Okay, so Allegiant with the demolish of the, what's the proper phrase? With the closure of the old Terminal B, I'm sorry, I'm going to try to restart the camera. I feel like it's in macro mode or something. Well, I guess it wasn't, but it still looks absolutely horrible, so I apologize. Hopefully it's not too bad. But nevertheless, we have the 2 Allegiant Airbuses here because the old Terminal B is closed and they did not have room for Allegiant at those gates. So now we have Allegiant back over here. And with the extension of Southwest, they were able to squeeze in some gates here for them. But Southwest had an absolutely massive expansion. They took on 6 new gates, so really impressive. But nevertheless, we have the Allegiant Airbus E320 with Sharklets. This aircraft is currently coming in right now from FX Aviation's airport, and now it's going to be making a service right now over to... let's send them to Jacksonville. And then that Allegiant A319 at the end right there is currently coming in right now from Myrtle Beach. And now it's going to be making a continuing service over to Destin. Also, I'll be sure to loop back around if I miss any subscriber routes. We have quite a few new ones, so if I miss a couple for Skyline, FS Aviation, anybody else, I apologize. Southwest Airlines, Boeing 737-700 in the Missouri 1 livery coming in right now. Also from St. Louis, this aircraft's going to be making a continuing service heading on over to Seattle. And now we have our 2 Breeze Airways offerings. We have Airbus E220-300. This aircraft's coming in from Tampa right now, and it's going to be heading on over to Orange County, John Wayne, Santa Ana International Airport. And the Embraer ERJ-195 is currently coming in from Orlando, and now it's going to be heading over to Charleston. Here we have the Avelo Boeing 737-800. This aircraft's currently coming in from New Haven, and now it's going to be heading on over to Fort Lauderdale. And we have the Spirit Airbus E320 currently taxiing into the gate from Orlando. So many bananas there. And now he's going to be making a service over to Fort Lauderdale. Spirit Airbus E321, very excited to get the Neo, but this E321 is going to be making a non-stop flight today over to Chicago O'Hare after coming in from Newark. And the Spirit Airbus E319 is currently taxiing out for departure, heading over to Las Vegas after coming in from Dallas. Frontier Airbus E321, Steve the Eagle currently holding short. This aircraft's going to be making a service today, heading over to Philadelphia after coming in from Denver. Sun Country Boeing 737-800 coming in from Minneapolis, now over to Cancun. He'll get transferred to the end of the concourse once Hawaiian's gone for the custom. This JetBlue Airbus E320 in the I Heart New York livery is currently coming in from New York and JFK. Now it's heading over to Fort Lauderdale. And pulling in from Boston on a turnaround, we have this JetBlue Airbus E321. This is the Neo with the balloon's tail. Frontier Airbus A320 Neo, Poppy the Prairie Dog, is going to be making a service today heading over to Cincinnati and now heading over to Fort Myers. In Baja the Whale Shark on this A320 Neo is heading over to Trenton after coming in from Ontario. And here's the Hawaiian Airbus A330-200 coming in from Skyley's Airport and now is going to be making a service over to Honolulu following that. Okay, man, this airport never ends, but I love to see it. JSX Embraer ERJ-145 making a service, new service, Destin Executive. That's what we love to see. And a Boutique PC-12. This aircraft's currently making a service today in from, I forgot where I had them. I think I had them Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm almost confident that's what it was. If it's the wrong one, I'm sorry. But heading over to Lincoln, Nebraska. And then we have various GA aircraft over here. Both Cessna 172s are doing local flights. The Learjet 75 is coming in from Tulsa, now heading on over to Columbus. The Challenger 300 coming in right now from Van Nuys and is going to be heading over to Naples. And this Phenom 300 is currently coming in. I don't know if it's Phenom or Phenom. I've heard both. I think it's Phenom though. Anyways, Phenom 300 is currently coming in right now from Las Vegas and now is going to be making a nonstop service day over to Smallest airport I can think of off the top of my head. What would that be? Stillwater, Oklahoma. There we go. Silver ATR also got kicked out, so he's coming down here to the end of the concourse. Similar to Elite in that regard, but as for its routing will be much different. It'll be doing its rundown through, I forgot what cities I had last time, I'm so sorry, but let's utilize Birmingham, Alabama, I'm pretty sure was one, and Jacksonville, and then on to Orlando and Tampa and Fort Lauderdale. So there we go, getting the interconnection there. That's what we love to see. Okay, let's head to the other side. And then I will go back down there to start working on those internationals. Royal Jordanian Boeing 787-8 currently on short final in from Amman. I'm pretty sure that's Royal Jordanian's route. Coming in from Amman, and we'll be heading back out there here in a little bit. That's what we love to see. Qantas Airbus A380 coming in from Skyley's Airport, now heading on to Sydney. What a beautiful piece of machinery right there. World Atlantic MD-80 is currently coming in also from Skyley's Airport, and we'll be heading... let's send it on a turnaround. Why not? United Embraer 175 coming in right now from. I'm sorry about the camera. I'm trying to get it in position, but I keep looking at the route sheets. Sorry about that. Let's send this guy in from Indianapolis. Now heading on to San Antonio. There we go. Let's come around to the other side. American Eagle Embraer ERJ-170 in the Envoy retro paint scheme is currently taxiing out for departure. This aircraft's heading over to, let's get zoomed in there. There we go. This aircraft's coming in right now from McAllen, Texas, and now it's going to be making a nonstop service today, heading over to Garden City, Kansas. Yes, quite an aircraft there, but hey, what can I say? Oh yes, so one exception to the retro rule. I thought I'd throw this one in for Skyley. This Air-to-TD Nui Airbus A340-300, again heading over to Skyley's Airport on turnaround, and yeah, really cool aircraft. Very glad to have that one. That's a very neat one. So certainly a nice addition to the fleet there. Like the rest of them, there's been some really good additions lately, so that's what we love to see. Okay, so as you can see over here, we have three beautiful heavies that are currently loading up, or not loading up, I should say, here on the hard stand that will be loading up here in a little bit. So we have a TUI Boeing 787-9. This aircraft's going to be heading back out to its respective destination in, of course, I forgot to write it. I should. Okay, so let me see if I can think about this. I'm pretty sure Birmingham was too small. It's not Birmingham. I'm thinking it's trying to remember what the city was. It's been like 4 or 5 months since I've last done a Great Plains update. I'm trying to think of the city for TUI. That was correct, and I can't remember it. I'm so sorry. I'll try to put in a subtitle if I remember, but nevertheless, heading over to its respective city. Qatar Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft is making one of 2 daily services in right now from Doha, so that's where he's going to be heading back out to here in a little bit. And Qantas now flying a Melbourne service on their Boeing 787-9, what we're finding right here, so that's what we love to see. Okay, we got some various carriers over here. So the Cayman Airways Boeing 737 MAX 8 is currently going to be heading back out to, did I have this one wrote? I did not write this one either. Cayman was, oh, dang it, I had it on the tip of my tongue and I've completely lost it. I'm forgetting what it is off the top of my head, I'm sorry, but that's where it's going to be heading out to. It's just holding right now for its release. The Volaris A321 unfortunately broke down, came from Guadalajara a couple days ago. It'll be heading over there when it gets fixed, so that is the plan for it. This United Airlines Boeing 737-800 is currently taxiing onto the runway. This aircraft's heading over to Denver, and this aircraft came in earlier today from Nashville. Turkish Airlines Boeing 787-9 is going to be heading over to Istanbul today. That's what we love to see. Really cool route, so certainly glad to get to see that aircraft flying that. And this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 is currently going to be making a nonstop service today, heading over to Dallas-Fort Worth, and came in earlier today. Trying to think if there's like anywhere I completely missed for American. We'll say Tampa. United Airlines Boeing 737-900 is going to be heading out to the Houston George Bush Intercontinental International Airport. Came in earlier today from Miami. Currently getting towed over to the remote stand, we have the Korean Air Boeing 787-9. This aircraft's currently making a non-stop service today, coming in from Seoul, South Korea, and now heading over to Skyley's Airport. This JetBlue Airways Airbus A320 is currently making a non-stop service today. This aircraft is coming in right now from Newark, and now it's going to be heading over to Orlando. This American Airlines Airbus A321 in the U.S. Airways Heritage Paint Scheme is currently making a service right now in from Las Vegas, and now it's going to be heading over to Charlotte. This American Eagle CRJ-700 for PSA is currently making a service coming in from Jackson, Mississippi, and now it's going to be heading over to Knoxville, Tennessee. This American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 is taxiing out for departure. This aircraft is going to be making a service over to Greensville and came in earlier today on a nonstop revenue service from Daytona Beach. And here is the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 coming in from FX Aviation's airport. This camera is really starting to irritate me. I apologize in advance. And then we'll be heading over to Skyley's airport, and I finally got it. There we go.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what it is, but the camera has been struggling with focus, and then it just froze real bad. So I'm going to try to figure that out after this update. But nevertheless, American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER. This aircraft is making a service right now over to Paris and came in earlier today on a service from London Heathrow. Can't believe I didn't get that one till now for American. So there we go. American Airlines Airbus E319. This aircraft is currently coming in right now from Las Vegas. Now it's going to be making a service over to Denver. And this American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the One World livery is currently coming in right now from Cancun, and now it's going to be heading out to Puerto Vallarta. Let me loop around, and I think somehow we're already to the last round of aircraft here on the gates, but that's a-okay because we have several of them. So let's go ahead and get into those. We'll start right here with we have the both sides. I forgot. Okay, perfect. Let's see if I can get in here, and we will get started. We have a couple. I keep knocking down gates over here. They're very fragile. All right, Delta CRJ-700 taxiing into the ramp. This aircraft came in from Detroit, and now it's going to be making a service today over to Bloomington, Illinois. And the SkyWest CRJ-700 is operating for American today. This aircraft is currently coming in right now from Fayetteville, and it's going to be making a nonstop service today over to Tyler, Texas. The Caribbean Airlines Boeing 737 MAX is currently coming in from Skyley's airport, heading between. All right, some new airlines to take a look at today. Very excited for these. So the Gull Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 is going to be heading out to Gull's hub, and the sad part is I did not get a chance to look at Gull's hubs. I don't get to interact with them very much while plane spotting, so that is completely on me, so I'm so sorry about that. So yes, somebody's going to let me know in the comments. I apologize in advance, but it's heading out to their hub. I do know where Copa Airlines is, luckily, Panama City, so that's where Copa Airlines will be going. Welcome, Copa Airlines, here to Great Plains. Great to have you on the 737-800, looking very good. Aeromexico Boeing 737-800 is currently coming in right now from Mexico City, and we'll be heading back out there. Viva Aerobus Airbus A320. This focus is just unbelievable for an iPhone. I think that either I've dropped this or something. It's struggling. This A320 though, nevertheless, is coming in from Mexico City and now heading over to Monterrey. And the Volaris Airbus A321 Neo is coming in from Tijuana, and it's going to be heading over to San Jose del Cabo next. Sunwing Boeing 737-800 is currently making a service today, coming in. What did I have Sunwing doing? I had Sunwing doing Montreal and now heading over to Toronto. And the Swoop Boeing 737-800, got to enjoy these because they're going to be integrated back into WestJet, which is kind of sad, but I understand why they're doing it. But Swoop was a cool subsidiary. Anyways, Swoop is heading over to Winnipeg after coming in from. I'm going to do my best. I'm probably going to botch it. I apologize in advance. No, it's not like Boz for I'm not very good at pronouncing words. I can just say that right now. I appreciate everybody that has tried to correct me, and I still can't correct myself. ABBOTSFORD. I can't believe it's got to that point, but you know what? It happens. WestJet Boeing 737-700 coming in right now from Edmonton, going to be heading over to Halifax. Air Canada Express CRJ-705 nonstop service over to Ottawa after coming in from Edmonton. Air Canada Airbus E2-2300 in the retro livery coming in from Calgary and heading over to Vancouver. Air Canada Airbus A220-300 coming in from Ottawa on a turnaround. And the 787-9 is currently coming in right now from Toronto on turnaround and going to be heading over to Los Angeles on that inner flight that we talked about here in the United States. Avianca Airbus A320 currently making its nonstop service today to San Salvador. And looping around, we have our internationals to round it out today, and man, it is a good lineup. Aer Lingus Airbus A321neo coming in from Dublin, going to be heading back out there. Air Premia Boeing 787-9 coming in from Skyley's Airport, and we'll be heading back out there. And in advance, Skyley, I know I missed a couple of mainline aircraft on your routes, so I'll go back and fill those in, so I apologize in advance. When you get in the groove and just start thinking about the routes, you don't realize when you're going to run out of planes, and I did that today, so I'm so sorry about that. Lufthansa Boeing 787-9, brand new international offering here at Great Plains, coming in from Frankfurt right now. Going to be heading back out there, so certainly cool to get to see what the Lufthansa 787-9 is doing around the globe for them. This Air India Boeing 777-300ER is going to be heading over to Delhi, so that's what we love to see. Jet Hut Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787-9 honestly looks really good. It fits right in here, so it certainly isn't the perfect model by any means, but if you kind of look away from that nose, it's honestly pretty decent. Anyways, this aircraft is going to be heading over to London Heathrow. KLM Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft's coming in from Amsterdam Schiphol, of course. Love the royal blue livery. It's really nice. That's what we love to see. All these liveries are certainly very cool, so love to see each and every one of them. Qattar's Airbus A350-900 in the One World livery. Very, I still can't believe I bought this. It's a really cool buy. This aircraft's heading over to Doha once again on the first daily flight. The second daily flight is that 777 that'll be heading out later. British Airways is operating two flights, an A380 and the 787-10. This is the first daily flight on the 787-10. Of course, heading over to London Heathrow. This is actually a daylight flight, believe it or not. So pretty crazy from Kansas City, but yes, this is a daylight flight. It's just that this one got delayed, so that's why it's here with the rest of them. That's why you typically see the A380. And sometimes they'll add a third daily flight, but it just depends. Finnair's Airbus A350-900 heading over to Helsinki today. That's what we love to see. Beautiful plane. Glad to have them in here today. They've been really, really awesome. Very glad to finally get the Icelandair Boeing 757-200 Heckler Royal. I talked about it for months. Thank you so much once again, Carlos. You're an absolute OG, my boy. Thank you so much for helping me out here, and it looks great. This aircraft's heading over to Reykjavik, Keflavik. Love the glass jet bridges. Emirates' A380 never gets old. This aircraft's heading over to Dubai, of course. It is a stunner, and I don't know if I'll get the new updated livery or not. We'll have to see, but certainly on my list of desirable models. And lastly, the China Southern Airbus A380-800 is currently making the non-stop service in from CAN, and now it's going to be heading over to Skyley's Airport to round out today's update. And let me mention all the routes that I accidentally forgot for hers. So she had a United 737-800. Let me go get that, and we'll also do some talking here about the terminal setup and everything. Sorry everybody, my phone decided to die on me, but hopefully that fixes the camera issues we've had the whole time. So nevertheless, the routes that I missed: Skyley 737-800 for United, so there we go, and then the 757-200 for her as well. And the 737 MAX, there was only one, so that's probably why that slipped, so I apologize about that one as well. And American Airlines A321neo, also only one of those, so that was my apologies as well. I kind of forget how many of each I put in there, and it can all get kind of confusing at times. But I believe that I got the rest of them for her. So there we go, looking fantastic already. So yeah, really fun update though, and I'll kind of talk through the airport really quick here. So let's talk about it. So again, brand new expansion. The old Terminal B got demolished in favor of this. I think it looks really good, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Just some more views of it here. It looks really cool, and I think that it turned out super well. I love the craft of it. I just love the look. It looks really cool. I decided to use the Phoenix main pieces there, so I thought that turned out really nice. And the mat, highly recommend layover layouts, man. They just have great work, just super high quality mats. They look super nice. They feel super nice. They're very durable. So if you're looking for some of the best aviation mats out there, I do recommend layover layouts. Not sponsored or anything, just wanted to give them a huge shout out, and thank you so much once again, Aviation, for selling this to me. Really appreciate the funding from Illinois for this expansion for Great Plains, and it looks really awesome. So I think that this turned out really well. I'm super happy with it. Once again, here's kind of a spread out look so you can see what we have. But here's the new runway setup as well. You're only allowed to take off going this way because of the new buildings here. So you're only allowed to take off on those sides, the runways over there, the 3-3s down there. So that's what we have there with those aircraft. you can not land going on with the 1.5s. All the aircraft, here's kind of how the flow works. I'll show you. So everything typically lands here on 1.5 right, and you can taxi off here or here. American, Delta, United, Southwest. The majority of that will all come off here and then taxiing to their respective areas. Like you see a couple Uniteds taxiing in here. There's a couple more down there, so that's what we're gonna find. If there's an American gate down there, some of them will cut across right there as you're seeing. So that's exactly what we have right there. Same for Delta and all that fun stuff. So it really depends on where the aircraft is going. And then it kind of reminds me of Denver a little bit, so I thought it was kind of cool. Some aircraft can shoot out right here, mainly the Southwest on this side. We'll shoot out right here and go take off on 3-4. And pretty much the majority of the Americans, not all of them, but the majority will come down here and taxi down this taxiway. This taxiway goes this way to keep the flow consistent. And imagine that we have more of these pieces right here where they can cut through. So you'll see a couple going this way, but that's because that Delta pushback is going to go join that United here, but then that United's coming in. So it's just a kind of a complex jumble there. And then some aircraft do taxi all the way around, like this American 737 and 319 have gates on this side. So that's kind of how they depict that. It's kind of a long taxi for American planes. And we also do land quite a few on 3-4, as you can see. So some will just shoot right off, but it depends on where they're coming from. So it depends on their position and where they're able to fit it in. So well, we pretty much try to keep mainly United over there and all the low-cost carriers and the internationals, and then we'll see Americans, Deltas, and some Uniteds. Pretty much all of this right here, all landing here on 3-4 and then taking off. So I think the additional runway looks great. What I would really like to do sometime, if I'm able to afford it and can work towards it, I would love to do a custom expansion mat right here, represent all that, or even maybe get another one like that and connect them on. I think that would look pretty cool, so that's certainly a thought. I guess I could actually get a connecting mat and reverse it and extend the runway and then do 3 more piers. And also to clarify, you probably noticed this moved way up. This was farther back on the last iteration. I think it was back and behind. It was like behind the terminal right there. So that certainly changed. So don't worry if you didn't catch on to that immediately. Additionally, these 2 tables once again are much smaller, so they don't have quite as much room. So the maintenance hangar did have to get axed for now, but I do hope to get a new table and work towards that. When the custom Tulsa mat is complete, I think I want to put that over here, although I haven't decided, but I think it would fit really well right here. And I might reevaluate the cargo, but I know some of it's not all realistic, but the mat, I was kind of torn on where to put it initially. I thought about putting it over here. That didn't quite work out. I kind of thought about keeping that original terminal and seeing what could happen there. I also thought that that wasn't the best idea, since this mat had to go somewhere, and I didn't realize how big it was. It's much bigger than what I anticipated. It's honestly not quite the size of that one, but it's significant. It's a big size. So I was like, what can I do with this? And I ended up putting it right here, and I think it fits the build really well right here. It gives us a really nice view of all these planes. And while we don't pack as many gates in here as what I would like to, it's still nice to have all these different taxiways and just some nice green grass area and all of that. It's nice to have some variety there. So I think it's going really great. What I'll probably do is, pending what I end up wanting to do with the layout, I'm not going to build a board here until I fully decide, but I'm considering building a board there similar to those. So I might do that to kind of complete the pair. Sorry about the job where I just keep knocking down. I put pieces of Legos on them and they still fall down. So what can I say? But I would like to do that and then start working towards getting the airport really refined. I'm still going to keep expanding, keep changing. You know, there's still plenty of room here in the room, luckily, to keep expanding and changing up. As you can see, I'm somehow not at a lack for models, so I can certainly continue to put them out here. I'm just trying to find the most effective way, but trying to get some new routes as well, because I know some of them can be a little redundant at times, but hopefully they worked out pretty well. And I'm really happy with where the airport is. I'm still excited to continue to expand it and see where the changes can come and make it even more efficient. Now that I'm kind of getting the really good mats going and it's starting to look really nice, I'm going to start working towards some more ground service equipment. Fine tune the positioning and just get it all kind of organized now that we have a good basis. And I really appreciate all your guys' support on this airport. It's truly Very, very meaningful to me that so many people enjoy this airport. And I think it's a really cool one. It's very unique in its own way. And there's so many various elements to it that make great planes. And I think that's really cool. So I really appreciate it. Please let me know in the comment section what you would like to see here at Great Plains. I'm excited to take all input and see where I can make appropriate changes. I'm definitely in the consideration of extending this mat over here and possibly working towards some more work on that side of the airport. You know, it's a never-ending project. You know, it's always a puzzle, and I really enjoy that. You know, the modern airports are great, but at some point, you know, you can't like change what they look like, and that's really cool about Great Plains is I can always change it and have some fun with it. And I hope to do some sort of storyline model airport, maybe on this mat at some point, to kind of bring that back and having a reasonable size, because with this it would be much more realistic to start with an end piece like that and start building. And you know, we already have the runway, and that could work really well. So I'm certainly in the process of considering all that. But nevertheless, really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Really appreciate all the support on Great Plains. It is one of my favorite model airports, and I'm so glad to have it here for everybody to enjoy. So yes, thank you guys so much. Again, really looking forward to the progression of this airport. And let me know in the comment section if you have any recommendations, any mini storylines you like to see, like United CRJ200 groundings, or you know, how we have aircraft position, some of our cooler routes. I'm certainly going to do as much. I'm going to try to do as much as I can to put as much thought into creativity with this airport. In this update, I really wanted to focus on getting this going, getting the mat launched, and finally getting another update out, since I know it's been a while. So I really hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Looking very forward to the next iteration. And if you have any requests or any thoughts for the model airport, please let me know in the comment section. But I'm really excited to continue expanding it, see what we can do, refining it, trying to get some new mats going so that we can make it all connected and everything, and make it look like one of the coolest airports out there. So without any further delay, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.